So let's talk about something that's really, really important. We're going to tackle how to find a safe, comfortable, and affordable place to stay in Dhaka when you're there for a medical journey. It's a huge challenge that so many families face, and believe me, finding the right spot can make all the difference in the world.
If you or someone you love is getting ready to go to Dhaka for medical treatment, you already know how overwhelming the logistics can get. I mean, it's a journey that needs all your attention, and the last thing you need is more anxiety from worrying about where you're going to stay.
And that's exactly it. This is so much more than just showing up for appointments. You're trying to manage someone's care, keep some sense of normal life, and create a healing space, all while you're away from home. That is a massive undertaking.
Okay, so let's get into it. The first place most people think of is a hotel, right? But for a medical stay, they often end up creating more problems than they solve. Let's break down exactly why that is. First thing, and it's a big one, the cost. Medical treatments can stretch on for weeks, sometimes even months. And those daily hotel rates, they stack up incredibly fast, putting a huge financial strain on you at the worst possible time.
Then you've got the issue of space. A standard hotel room is, well, it's just a room. It gets cramped fast. There's no separate area for family members to just take a break or decompress, which is so important if you're a caregiver. Everyone's just on top of each other, and that really adds to the stress.
Now, this one is a huge deal, food. Patients often need very specific, hygienic, home-cooked meals for their recovery. Hotels just don't have kitchens. That means you're forced to rely on outside food, which might not be what's best for someone who's healing.
And finally, there's privacy. A medical journey is a deeply personal and sensitive time. Hotels can be busy, they can be noisy. They offer very little of the peace and quiet that is just so essential for rest and recovery.
So if hotels aren't the answer, then what is? Well, this is where furnished apartments come in and completely change the game. They offer a real home away from home that tackles all the problems we just talked about head on.
And just look at this, it lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have the tight quarters and all the limits of a hotel, and on the other, you have the space, the privacy, and all the amenities of an apartment. When you see it side by side like this, the better choice is pretty obvious. Let's just run through the main benefits. You get separate bedrooms and a living area, so everyone has room to breathe. You get that critical kitchen to make the right meals. The cost is so much more affordable over a few weeks or months, and you get total privacy to manage your own schedule without any interruptions. Okay, so we've settled it. An apartment is the way to go. But the next really crucial step is picking the right one. And that all starts with location, location, location. You've got to be close to your hospital. One of the most popular and sought-after spots for medical stays is Bashundhara Residential Area, or what most people just call Bashundhara RA. And here's why it's such a great choice. It's not just that it's super close to the big Evercare hospital. The whole area is a planned community. That means it's quieter, it's cleaner, and it's more secure. It's exactly the kind of peaceful environment you want for recovery. Next up, let's talk about the premium areas of Gulshan and Banani. These are also excellent choices, and they're known for having really high-quality serviced apartments. So these neighborhoods are perfect if you need easy access to United Hospital, Square Hospital, or Evercare. The only thing to keep in mind is that you're generally looking at a higher price tag for a place here. And finally, let's take a look at Dhanmondi. This is another key hub that gives you really convenient access to a whole different set of major hospitals. So, if your treatment is happening at Labaid, Popular Medical, or Evansina Hospital, then focusing your search on Dhanmondi is absolutely your best bet. It's going to save you so much time and travel stress. All right, so you've picked your target neighborhood, now what? Well, before you sign any rental agreement, you need a checklist. This is what makes sure the apartment is actually ready to handle the specific needs of a medical stay. Think of this as your must-have list. First up, check for an elevator. This is non-negotiable for patients with mobility issues. Next, confirm there's 24/7 security for your peace of mind. You have to ask about power backup. You can't risk power cuts during a recovery. And finally, confirm all the basics: a reliable water supply, good internet to stay connected with family, and maybe even housekeeping services to lighten your load. You know, everything we've talked about really comes back to this one simple idea. Your choice of where to stay should be an active part of the healing process. It should support recovery, not become another burden you have to carry. And that's really the question to leave you with. As you look at your options, don't just ask if it's a place to sleep.
Ask yourself, is this a place that truly supports health, comfort, and recovery? Because in the end, that's what matters most.